The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2024 early summer edition of The Local Show. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my good friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk with the business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You're going to hear all about their successes, challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts, and you can see us on YouTube, which means you can see Steve and really get your day off to a good start, huh?
That works.
That's nice.
How's your basement,
Green
Tom?
machine. It's okay.
I just thought I would just dive right in the deep end.
That was a bit of a challenge because what would happen was all the storm drains got filled with rain and clogged, and this time of year
that happened. They used to happen at Mom and Dad's house.
Yeah.
That was a common. And the town comes and they plunge the thing in.
Right,
I
will say this about Aqua. They came within 45 minutes of me.
Is
calling.
it Aqua? I thought Aqua was clean. I thought Aqua was clean water.
Yeah, no, Onondaga County has to come. And what they did was they actually did the work, then knocked on the door. And I came up and I said, well, do you need to go downstairs? They go, no, it's all set. I said, what's all set? He said, well, we snaked it from the front yard to the sewer drain, and that made everything in the house drain properly.
So one day out of 365, you got your tax money back. A little bit, sort of, kind of. So that was okay, right?
That was good. And they were very polite, and that worked. So I cleaned up the puddles. I went over to Lowe's and got some of that absorbent stuff. So after, letting it air out for a little bit, and then put the absorbent squeezy stuff, and
it's just
all done.
It's just annoying.
It was annoying. We lost a good friend. Yeah.
Who's that?
11 rolls of paper towel. Gone. And that's expensive these days.
Could have been worse. It could have been toilet paper towel.
You're right. That's even worse. And we got a great show all packed up for you, folks. We hope you'll stick around for the entire couple of hours. Matt Tyska joins us up first. He's the owner of the Artisan Tattoo. Sheila Ostrom's going to stop by. She's the owner of Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions. And then Emerson Shenandoah, director of the Ska-nonh Center, which used to be something among the Iroquois over there. The big fort.
Among the Iroquois. Don't call it the French fort, because that was
that was way back.
That.
Yeah. John Kupperman will stop by. He's the owner of Smith Restaurant Supply. Sabrina Rivette is the director of nursing at St. Camillus Skilled Nursing, Short-Term Rehab. And then Lou Burke, the owner of Admiral Canvas Company. Kate Flannery is the executive director of the upstate New York chapters of the Alzheimer's Association. She'll have a nice conversation with us, and then we'll wrap things up with Jim Costello, regional manager of Burt's Bikes, which is probably where I'm going to end up, in a bike instead of a real man's machine.
I'm just picturing you on a 10-speed with a wedgie. I'm just picturing this thing.
I'm going to get one of them electric ones that go at least 60 miles an hour.
There you go.
All right. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce Matt Tyska, who is owner of the Artisan Tattoo. How are you, Matt?
I'm good, Tom. How you doing this morning? Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, thanks for being here, buddy. Matt is my cousin-in-law.
Okay.
Is there such a thing?
Turns out.
A cousin-in-law? Yeah. That's so.
If not, we can be that.
Yeah. And I was very impressed. I met Matt, I don't know, it's got to be 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's been a while now. And, I was really impressed when I walked into your place the first time and saw how clean and how professional and what an artist you are. So can you give us your background? Tell us how you started and how you went into this.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. Nice words there, Tom. But yeah, I got, everyone asks how you get started and something like this, because it is a obscure
niche,
kind of a thing.
Yeah, kind of a niche thing.
But I was in college for education, for art education. So I've always been an artist and had an art background.
Okay, gotcha.
And of course I decided to get my shoulder blade tattooed when I was 18 and it was my first name, Matthew, and it was completely ridiculous.
Right.
But it piqued my interest. I was like, that was kind of cool, and I was in art school. So I went on eBay and I bought bought a tattoo set offline and started tattooing people out of my dorm room.
Oh my God. That's $20 you ever spent?
Yeah. And I don't recommend doing that. But I don't know. I just wanted to try it out and see what it was all about. Yeah. And then it just kind of evolved from there. People kept asking me to do it. I wouldn't say I was exceptional from the start. I wasn't. But people wanted free, cheap tattoos when they were 18. Sure. So I owe them a lot of credit for getting to me where I am now. Right. I just kind of evolved, and then I was doing it, like I said, out of my dorm room, my mom's basement when I was visiting her, and all the places you're not supposed to until I realized, well, hey, if I'm going to keep doing this, I better, work at a shop.
Right. Where is the shop?
It's right in the village of Liverpool, right across from the Retreat restaurant. Okay. Right on First Street, right there on the water. It's a great location. Beautiful. It's wonderful. People, if they're waiting, they can walk down to the lake, have lunch over at the restaurant.
Aren't you near Nichols? Is Nichols across the street?
Nichols is just up a block from us.
Okay, up a block. Yeah.
Yep. So right in the heart of all the little bars and restaurants and grocery store and all that right there.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, so did you ever have aspirations of being like a painter and selling paintings or, drawings or something?
I was more into teaching. I like to work with people.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I really like to work with people and see people's potential and
that's wonderful.
You're a lot like Tom. Not at all. Not at all. Not a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I was always a painter, and I used to do oil painting all the time, but I just didn't have the patience to sit there. Oil paintings take weeks, you're going back and it takes a long time to dry, and I'm not a very patient man. You could ask my wife.
Well, when you're doing your tattoos, one of the things I noticed about your tattoo technique, if you will, or what you do compared to some others is the detail. What do you call that kind of a tattoo where he's got faces of like Chevy Chase, all sorts of.
Why would I want Chevy Chase?
From Christmas.
You'd be surprised with the things people get.
What do you call that?
But it's realism, hyper realism is what I do. I'm a replicator, so I can take a photo and replicate it on people's skin almost exactly. I don't really claim to be too much of an artist, yes. But I don't create a lot of images out of my head. I'm a replicator, and I can take a photo and make it look exactly like that.
Which is really what people are looking for, right? And people are, they're not going, hey, do whatever you want. They're saying, hey, I have an idea. Are you able to, this was my grandma and this was, where I lived and, and I like, motorcycles. How do we combine those? Is it that kind of a thing?
Yeah, to an extent, and I do a lot of memorial tattoos, portraits of passed away family members or pets, a lot of pets and animals and things, which I really enjoy tattooing. You get that expression and you can see the emotions in the eyes and things like that.
You got to get to the Artisan.com, theartisan.com. And then now you have several other artists there too, right?
Yeah, there's 5 of us in the shop. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's got a different flavor, so I do a lot of hyper realism. We have guys that do a lot of good color, guys that have a little bit more of their own art. They actually create and draw their own art.
Right.
So there's a little something for everybody. No one's stepping on each other's toes.
Do you create things over the top of scars?
Oh, we can.
So my wife wants to take my scar from my leg. I've got to say, and turn it into a fish because I fish all the time because it looks like the bones are already there.
Yeah. So you can do that. Some people like to turn them into zippers.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of cool.
But it depends on the scar. If it's a very big keloided scar, it's not going to work.
Well, Matt, we have to have Matt back again. I mean, we could talk for a long time. The segments are kind of short. So thank you so much. We'll get people over to the Artisan Tattoo, theartisantattoo.com. And that's the best way to kind of, see what people's schedules are and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Matt, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Sheila Ostrom. She's the owner of Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR. Don't go anywhere.